Hey, I just want to tell y'all my top 3 struggles of being a black man with a disability. Number 1, people always talk about me behind my back. Like, come on, what's the problem? If you have something to say, you can say it to my face, right? Number 2, it's harder to make friends because sometimes I lack the confidence and courage to go up to people, and plus, I don't want to be judged by anybody. You know what I mean? And number 3, it's a little harder to find love. Not that I'm looking for it right now, but it kind of goes back to number 2 when I said I lack the courage to go up to people. But you know, it is what it is. That's all I want to say. Goodbye. Hello, here are my top 3 favorite songs. At number 3, we have One Republic, Counting Stars. Lately, I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. But baby, I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. And number 2, we have Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror. I'm searching for the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself, then make a change. And finally, number 1, we have Internet Money, Lemonade. Off the juice, codeine got me tripping. Cut the coupe, woke up, roof is missing. Ice, lemonade, my neck was dripping. Ice, lemonade, my neck was dripping. Hello, I want to share my top 3 favorite foods that I love to eat. Number 3 is chicken, because you know there are so many things you could do with chicken. You could fry it, you could bake it, you could barbecue it. You can even what's the word I'm looking for? Smother it. There you go. And then at number 2 is tacos. And you know, I'll tear me up some tacos any day. It's a good Mexican treat with the lettuce, tomatoes, the sour cream, the salsa, all that. And finally, at number 1 is pizza. You know, pizza's always been my favorite food since I was a kid, and that's never changing. I'll eat pizza any day. It doesn't matter. And that's all I want to say. Goodbye. Hello. I just want to share my top 3 favorite holidays with you. So, at number 3 is Mother's Day, because you know you gotta love your mom, and besides, she is the one who gave birth to you, right? And she loves you more than anybody else will. So you really gotta appreciate that day. And number 2 is Thanksgiving, because you know you get to eat all that yummy food, all the good old cooked dinner, like mac and cheese, my favorite dish. What else? Got the turkey, got the ham, collard greens, all that. And then at number 1 is Christmas, because you know Christmas is not just about receiving gifts, but it's also about giving and being with your family and stuff. So that's why Christmas is my favorite holiday. And that's all I wanted to say. Goodbye. Hello, I want to share my top 3 favorite fast food restaurants with y'all. Now, I don't eat out as much as I used to, but here you go. At number 3 is Wendy's, because you know Wendy's got some good food. They have some good nuggets, some good fries. I even had their salads before. They're very nice and good. What else? I've had their sauces, like sweet sour sauce, their barbecue sauce. It's all good, I promise you. Then at number 2, we have Burger King. Now, Burger King got the best burgers. I'm not gonna lie to you. The best flame grilled whoppers, just everything you could think of. They got the best fries when they're fresh. Like, for real, you gotta try them if you haven't. And at number 1 is Cookout. Now, I don't know if they have it in your state, but in my state, it's this fast food restaurant called Cookout. Man, I mean, they got the best shakes, and they're so thick. They have the best burgers. Some of the best burgers, anyway. What else? They got some good fries, hush puppies, onion rings, you name it. And that's all I wanted to say. Goodbye. Hello. I just want to share my top 3 favorite places to shop at. And number 3 is Walmart, because you know Walmart has almost anything you can think of, for real. They have grocery. What else? They have grocery. They have clothes. They have hardware stuff. They have an auto center. What else? They have video games, all the stuff you can think of. That's why I love to shop at Walmart. Oh, also, it's a huge store. Okay. And number 2 is eBay, because you know eBay is pretty cool too. And when you don't have enough for something, guess what? You could bid on it and sit here, and if your bid wins, you can pay that price, that lower price than the actual original price. Cool, ain't it? And at number 1 is Amazon. And you know Amazon is where it's at. Like, for real. They just have everything you think of too. but everything's online, so of course you have to wait for it to come. But still, it's my favorite place to shop. And tell me what your favorite place to shop is. And that's all I wanted to say. Have a good day. Hello, I want to share my top 3 favorite high school subjects that I really liked in high school. So number 3 is English. And English wasn't really my strong suit because I didn't like reading or none of that. However, I do like learning new vocabulary words and stuff. That's my favorite part of English class. So that's cool, right? And at number 2 is PE. Because PE is like the easiest class you can have. All you really have to do is just change out into some comfortable clothing to do whatever you're doing in the class. And that was the majority of your grade too, believe it or not. And then at number 1, it's biology. Because I made all A's in biology. Like, I was an A student in biology personally. And it was a very easy class for me. I mean, you get to learn all about different animals, different blood types. What else? You get to learn about different stuff. It's just crazy. But it's cool though. And that's all I want to say. Have a good day. Hello. I want to share my top 3 favorite desserts I love to eat after dinner. So at number 3 is ice cream. Because ice cream is so good. It's a good frozen dairy dessert, And they got different flavors. They have strawberry, vanilla, chocolate, other ones like Rocky Road. My favorite personally is butter pecan. So at number 2 is apple pie. Because apple pie is so good too. And my favorite kind of apple pie is Dutch apple pie. Man, with the crumbs on top. And don't even get me started. Okay. And then at number 1 is cake. Because cake, everybody loves cake, It's so delicious. And my favorite kind of cake, one of my favorite kinds of cake is red velvet. It's so good. Yeah. And tell me what your favorite dessert is in the comments. And that's all I wanted to say. Have a good day. Hello. I want to share my top 3 favorite drinks that I love to drink. And number 3 is soda/soft drinks. Because, they're so good. All that fizz and stuff. It gets all fizzy and stuff. And let me tell you something. My favorite soda is Dr. Pepper. You know why? Because Dr. Pepper, baby, is good and nice. Do-do-do. Shout out to Romeo. Okay, at number 2 is alcoholic drinks. Because, I don't drink a lot of alcohol. But when I do, I ain't gonna lie, I tend to get a little drunk. But I guess that's okay because I sober up pretty fast. And then my favorite beer to drink is this beer called Jamaican Me Happy by Seagram's Escapes, I think that's what it is. It's so good. And then finally, at number 1 is strawberry lemonade. Because let me tell you, strawberry lemonade is the best drink in the world, I promise you. It's so good. You get that strawberry taste and then the lemon combined. Like, it's so good. Okay? And tell me what your favorite drink is. And have a good day. Hello. I want to share my top 3 favorite chicken restaurants that I like to eat at. And number 3 is KFC. Because, they're not the best, but I like the way they season their chicken and it be so crispy, And it's so good. And also, I don't really care for their mac and cheese because it kind of tastes like milk. But their mashed potatoes, however, are pretty good. And number 2 is Bojangles. Because, Bojangles got some good food too. I like their chicken, their biscuits. Man, it's so good. And then at number 1 is Popeyes. Now, Popeyes is where it's at. They got the best crispy chicken, the best fried crispy chicken. They got the best biscuits, the best mac and cheese, just all of it. And I love it so much. And that's all I wanted to say. Have a good day. Hello. I want to share my top 3 favorite breakfast foods. So at number 3 is waffles. Because waffles are so delicious with that butter on top and the syrup. And then they're so crispy a little bit. Yeah, they're pretty good. Then at number 2 is bacon. Because bacon is so delicious. It's so juicy with the grease and stuff. And then that's crispy too. It's so golden brown. Like, don't even get me started on bacon. I love bacon so much. Then at number 1 is biscuits and gravy. Now, biscuits and gravy is the best. Like, the biscuits be so good and soft with the gravy on top and the sausage. Man, the best breakfast I've ever had. And that's all I wanted to say. Have a good day. Hello. I want to share my top 3 favorite cereals that I love to eat. So number 3 is Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Because those little squares are so irresistible. It's so cinnamony and so delicious. And, they used to be my favorite cereal as a child. But now it's changed. And I'm going to tell you what my favorite cereal is in a minute. At number 2 is Honey O's. Because I love Honey O's so much. They're so crunchy. And they're one of the they're one of the few cereals to not get soggy and no matter how much milk you add. That's what I love about those. And then at number one is Trix. Because Trix are so delicious. I eat anything fruity, and Trix are so fruity, like for real. Like I love them so much. It makes me feel like a little kid inside. And that's all I wanted to say. Have a good day. Hello. I want to share my top 3 favorite candy bars that I love to eat so much. At number 3 is Kit Kats. Because they're so good and crispy. Them crispy wafers and stuff with the chocolate all covered. It's covered in chocolate, and it's so delicious. I love them so much. And then at number 2 is Snickers. Because Snickers are so good with the nougat, the what else? The nuts, the chocolate. It's just so chewy and so savory, and I love them so much. Okay. Then at number 1 is Twix. Because Twix, they're so good. They're my favorite chocolate bar, and they have been always. I'm gonna tell you why. They got the good old cookie in there, the caramel, the chocolate. Man, don't even get me started. This is my favorite chocolate bar. And tell me what your favorite chocolate bar is in the comments. And that's all I wanted to say. Have a good day. Hello. I want to share my top 3 favorite types of meat that I love to eat so much. And number 3 is ribs. Because ribs are so good. And then don't even get me started on baby back ribs. Man, you put some barbecue sauce on it and then just let it cook for some hours. Man, I promise you, it's so delicious. Like for real. Then at number 2 is pork chops. Because pork chops are so delicious. And you know how I like my pork chops? I like them fried. That's my favorite way to eat a pork chop. Heck yeah. Don't even get me started on that. I'll make a pork chop sandwich in a minute. Because that's how it is. Then at number 1 is chicken. And you already know chicken is my favorite because you can do so much with chicken. You can bake chicken, you can fry chicken, you can barbecue it, you can even smother it with gravy. And my favorite kind of chicken is fried all day, every day, baby. And tell me what your favorite type of meat is in the comments. And that's all I wanted to say. Have a good day. Hello. I want to share my top 3 least favorite holidays with you. So at number 3 is the 4th of July. Because don't get me wrong, I know it's like a birthday to our country, but at the same time, if you think about it, this country never really cared about us. Because it claims to be a free country, right? But they have rules and laws like you can't be homeless anymore. What else? You can't even drink on your own front porch. They give you a social security number which tracks everything you do. So come on. Then at number 2 is Memorial Day. Because I'm like, I don't even know what Memorial Day is anyway. And why people celebrate it. Like, what's the point of it? I'm for real. Somebody can tell me in the comments. And then at number 1 is Valentine's Day. Because come on. Like, I know Valentine's Day is a good day to love on your partner or whatever, but you could do that any day of the year, right? And plus, even though I'm single, I'm not really hating. I'm just like, I just never really cared for it. And that's all I have. Goodbye. Hello. Today I want to share my top 3 favorite gym workouts. So number 3 is weightlifting. Because you get to work your biceps and get stronger, for the ladies. But really, just if you want to get stronger, that's what it's really for, right? And then at number 2 is the rowing machine. Because, on the rowing machine, you get to work both your arms and your legs at the same time. And it's a good exercise. I do it for about 9 to 10 minutes when I'm at the gym. So, yeah. And then at number 1 is the treadmill. Because, you get to do some cardio and stuff, and that could work your legs and help you lose weight even faster, burn more calories, So that's why I love the treadmill. And tell me what your favorite workout is. And that's all I have. Goodbye. Hello. I just want to share 3 jobs that I would never want to do. So, at number 3 is teacher. Because, first of all, teachers are kind of underpaid, and I don't really like that, And then also, it's kind of hard to teach students that don't really want to learn because, all they do is just talk and play and all that, and it's just crazy. Then at number 2 is a judge. Because, that's kind of a hard job. Like, you kind of have to sentence people, and it takes all day. And, I don't really have time for all that, And then at number 1 is a cop. Because, it's a hard job, too. And plus, you don't know what people are really capable of when you're trying to arrest them. They could try to fight you and all that. And I don't really know how I feel about it. And that's all I have. Goodbye. Hello. I have 2 debate questions for y'all. So first, Would you rather have an iPhone or an Android? Because you know me personally, I'm so used to iPhone, and plus I like the features like Apple Intelligence. I like the new camera features. What else? Um, and and basically it's just a great experience overall. Okay. And second is, would you rather work for yourself or for others? Because you know me personally, I'd rather have my own business, and I'm working on that right now. You know, because it's better to have to clock in for somebody and other people telling you what to do rather than you have your own rules and stuff. You know, so y'all can tell me in the comments, and that's all I have. Goodbye. Hello. Today I want to share my top three favorite childhood cartoons. So number three is the Fairly Odd Parents, because you know this is a little 10-year-old boy. His name is Timmy, and he has two godparents named Cosmo and Wanda who grant us every wish. And you know, it's kind of interested to see what he wishes for. You know, so that's why I really love that cartoon. Then the number two is SpongeBob SquarePants, because you know SpongeBob and his best friend Patrick are always just doing something crazy. You know, getting on Squidward's nerves, for example. SpongeBob working at the Krusty Krab and all that. And it's always been one of my favorite cartoons. Okay. Then number one is The Loud House. Because, you know, it's this 10-year-old boy. This is 11-year-old boy named Lincoln Loud. And he has 10 sisters. And I'm like, that's a lot. But, you know, he said he wouldn't trade it for the world. And I kind of feel him because, you know, family is everything, right? So that's why that's my favorite cartoon. And tell me what your favorite cartoon is in the comments. And that's all I have. Goodbye. Hello. Today I want to share three of my long-term goals that I have. So number three is starting my own family. Because, you know, eventually I would love to sit here and have my own family. You know, that'd be great. Have a couple kids that I could call my own, and then sitting beside the love of my life, you know, chilling as a big happy family, always doing things, you know, going out, having fun, cooking, all that. That would be so great, right? And then at number two is moving to my own place eventually. Because, you know, I would love to be able to chill sometimes in my own place, you know, have my own space that I could call my own, and then I could do whatever I want when I want. You know, it'd be cool. Then the number one is starting my own business. Because, you know, I've always dreamed of starting my own business. That's one of my biggest dreams. And I think being my own boss would be very great, you know? Like, why not? I think everybody would want to be their own boss at some point. And, yeah. And that's all I have. Goodbye. Hello. Today I want to share my top three love languages I would have if I were in love. So, at number three is acts of service. Because, you know, sure, if I was in love, I would sit here and always bring my babe some breakfast in bed or whatever. Or I would sit here and do certain things around the house for her sometimes. Like I would help her clean, I help her cook, you know, certain things like that. And then at number two is spending quality time. Because, you know, I would definitely spend a lot of time with the love of my life if I had one. And that would be great, you know. I mean, going on vacation, spending time with the kids if we had some. What else? Maybe even chilling, watching movies in bed sometimes. That'd be very great, right? And then the number one is physical touch, of course. Because, you know, that would be my main love language. I will always be touching on her and showing her that I love her so much, you know? Like, yeah. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that, right? And that's all I have. Goodbye. Hello. Today I want to share my top three favorite types of people. So, at number three is supportive people. Because, yeah, I love some people that can support me no matter what I want to do, you know. Like, one of my biggest dreams, for example, is start my own business. So I feel like as long as you can support me in that, that's really great, right? And I appreciate it. Then at number two is caring people. Because, you know, I love people that care about me because I care about my family and stuff like that, for example. So as long as they care about me like I care about them, yeah, the feeling's mutual, you know? And then, at number one is loving people. Because, yeah, I love people that can love and stuff. Because I'm a very loving person, you know? So I love people that love on me and stuff. It feels so good. And, I mean, why not, right? And that's all I wanted to say. Goodbye.